Aloha, guten Tag, bienvenue, and hello. Welcome to, I've run out of languages now. Oi oi in Dutch. Welcome back to Crafters TV and welcome to Second Chance Sunday. I won't say that too often. Lovely to have your company as always. What an amazing Sunday we've already had so far, and it's promise. Oh, the seagulls are out. I can hear the seagulls. They're back again. They're back again to entertain us. It's a nice sunny afternoon here in Newton Aycliffe. It was persisting down quite a lot. We can see as from our lovely lawn. The sun always seems to shine here at CCHQ, doesn't it? Let's see who is on, up and running so far. We have got Sarah in Melbourne, who is celebrating it being 1 o'clock in the morning tonight in Melbourne, Australia. But she's got a reason why she's still up and about and back with us again. In fact, we're now giving her a break because she's sorting out all of her crafty supplies. Out of the 100% there is to sort out, I'm thinking, Sarah, you've probably got to about 3, have you? About 3%, something like that? Well, keep going. Who else have we got in? We've got Sandra from around the corner, who is here. Evelyn in Colorado is with us. Who else have we got? We've got Sweet Imp, who says, afternoon everyone, I've just had dinner, time to relax with a brewed fresh coffee and CC for a few hours. Who had donuts? Oh, it was Katie Henderson. Has just got donuts and grabbed her coffee. Well, I have to tell you, we've got fig rolls here in CCHQ, and little did I know, Debbie Robinson, that they're one of your favourites. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and my cuppa as well, because our Derek made me a lovely cup of coffee as well to boot. Yes, so I did indulge in one fig roll, counted in my sins for the today. And what we would say, Derek, from our neck of the woods is, hey up, everybody. That's what we would say. Hello.
Hey up, everyone.
Hey up. Yes, hello everybody, and welcome to this Second Chance Sunday. I'm really looking forward to this one, Derek, because we've got lots and lots of goodies that I believe have been requested by you, lovely lot.
Yes, of course they have, and that's the brilliant thing about second. Oh, don't try and say it again. This show is because anything you see that you really, really love, that you want to see in a little bit more detail, you've got any questions about whatsoever, you can always email us. It is studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. I can't speak again today, but never mind. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Let's see who else is with us already before we start running through what we've got on the show. Tammy is with us from Massachusetts. I love that. It's a Bee Gees song, that, isn't it? Massachusetts. Wonderful. Monica's with us. Good morning, everyone. Susan. Susan, who was with us on Craft House yesterday from Redondo Beach. Good morning to you, you talented lady. Diane is with us in Tennessee. And who else have we got? Oh, Yolanda's in Texas. You're all with us today, aren't you? Brilliant. Happy Sunday, everyone. Are you ready for some smiles, some good deals, and to rerun the fun on some of your favourite products, but get some new inspiration from our lovely Debbie Robinson? So let's start with some stills. Some pictures of wonderful products we have got coming up in the show in the next 2 hours. Our double-sided window die collection. 6 fabulous window dies. You are going to adore them. They are gorgeous, they are floral, they are flexible. You can do so much with them. So if you love your roses and your tulips and your water lilies and your peonies and your lilies and your cherry blossom as well, amazing. £105, $115. You can shop the show on the website, of course, and you will see everything there. Don't say that too quickly. Next one is our cut and emboss folders. These are delicious. Got some wonderful samples to show you of these actually. Love home, friend congrats, birthday and thanks there. £54, $62. I could make a nice stencil with something like that as well, couldn't I? You know, when you've cut it out and everything else, you've got that gorgeous emboss as well. Very, very nice. And something which proved really, really popular this week, or was it the back end of last week? All the days have merged into Crafty One for me. But I remember doing this collection, I think, did we do it on the Craft House, didn't we? Because I was sat down with the folder flicking through the pages. Was it last? Yes, I think it was not the one yesterday, the one before. Can't remember. Was that with you, Debbie, was it? Was it? Yes. Do you know, I've got such a bad memory. It's untrue. Because I know my weekend pals are always either you or Craig, aren't they, at the weekend? I love it. I'm in next weekend as well. Love, 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 love. Anyway, real meaning of Christmas is 6 mahoosive sets of stamps. Let me tell you, you are going to love these and definitely want them Even if you have lots and lots of Christmas sets of everything else, these are real big headline statement making stamps. £68, $90. We'll see them in more detail a little bit later on. We've also got our Bora and Word Edgeables. 8 of them here as well. These are really, really cool. You've got such a big selection of edgeables in there, thinking of you and happy birthday and many more. I'll let you go and have a peruse if you want to shop ahead of us. £47, $71. We're also going over the edge. I think we were there a long time ago, to be honest with you. But, you know, it might be a new experience for some. Here you've got our character over the edge bundle, 77 elements in all, and they are just the cutest little things. We've got fairies and we've got pussycats and we've got little unicorns and all sorts going on there. You are going to love it, especially the bear with his little balloons. So sweet. £46, $66. Of course, today from Spectrum Noir, we are going to be having a little play with some classics, and we've got a nice little collection. 66, two little, oh, it's not two little ducks, that's 22, isn't it? What's 66 in bingo, Debbie? I've forgotten. Clickety click. Clickety click, 66 if you play bingo. What's bingo called in America?
Bingo?
Is it called bingo? Yeah, I suppose it must be. Anyway, two sixes, clickety, whatever it was. £90, $115 comes with the storage as well for you. I'll tell you more later, a little more coherently, hopefully. Then we've got back in stock and still in stock. I'm surprised it's still in stock, aren't you, actually? The 8x8 stamping platform with its magnetic base as well to keep you on track and completely and utterly accurate. You are going to love this. If you haven't got one so far, please do, because it is well worth it. £22, $26.50. And here I am again. Hello. It's kind of clever, all this TV thing, isn't it? Really clever. Oh, Mary's saying, hi, Susan. Ready for another show? Lots of people have watched the Craft House show after it went out, because some people missed it while it was on, but have watched back and have loved Susan's cards and everything else yesterday. It was a really good show. If you haven't had the chance yet to watch yesterday's Craft House, please do. And Tracy was, I'll say this quietly because Debbie with a Y, Robinson, is in the room, but I think Susan was the star. Do you think, Debbie? I think she was. You
know I said that to you. I said she was a superstar, an absolute superstar.
She was completely.
I can't even say it now, superstar. She was indeed fabulous and did put me to shame with one or two of those projects.
Do you know what? It turned into a bit of an ideas exchange as well. It was really good. So make sure you watch that if you haven't seen it yet. Morning Mary from Tennessee. Susan says, hello Derek, my favourites, the double Ds. Good to see you this morning. Who else have we got? We've got Terry, who is from Lancaster, PA. Philadelphia? Is that Philadelphia, PA? Yes, it must be, mustn't it? It's in the song somewhere, isn't it? Philadelphia, PA. Isn't it? Dancing in the Street. You know Mick Jagger and David Bowie.
That song?
Philadelphia, PA.
Is that what they sing?
That's one of the lines, isn't it? Yeah, sorry. It's true though, isn't it? Philadelphia, PA, dancing in the street. That one. Anyway, Rosalind is in Maryland, and Johnny, producer, director, and man of 8,000 arms, says, shall we get the show started? Right, let's go for the real meaning of Christmas. And this is such a lovely collection. Now, the folder is in stock on the website, by the way. In fact, I've even got the name for you because I looked it up earlier for you. We haven't got it in the category, so it's not on Shop the Show. But if you look for Diane Stamp Storage Folder Large, it's got 10% off, actually, if you want to go and have a little look. There's a smaller version as well. So any of your magnetic sheets that have the, the loopy things, you can store in this. I'm really good today, Debbie. I don't know what's happened to me. It's those fig rolls, I think, have sent me off the edge. Anyway, here is the real meaning of Christmas, which is 6 big pages of stamps. And they are all massive headlines as well. So the first one is called The Spirit of Christmas, which you can see is one of the stamps there as well. So you've got lots and lots of individual stamps, but can you see the size of them, for heaven's sake? That's amazing, isn't it? You've got Deck the Halls, you've got Happy New Year, you have a wonderful Christmas, and so much more. You also, in this bundle, have Come... No, it's not Come Let Us Adore Him. It's, because I sing that, Believe in the Magic of Christmas. That's that one, which is brilliant. These are also on a multi-buy as well. So if you want to pick and mix for those, you absolutely can, which is really, really good. They're 2 for $25 or $35. The third one is Warmest Wishes. Thank you, Johnny. I'm back on track now. Back on the right page now, I am. Eventually. It's only taken hours. We've had a 2-hour break in between shows, and I could have got myself together. Yeah, it wasn't really a break, actually. We were doing an awful lot, actually. We worked non-stop, in fact. There was hardly any break whatsoever for fig rolls and tea. Anyway, this one is called, where were we? Warmest Wishes. Warmest Wishes is that big page of stamps. And then we have got Peace and Joy. Look at the size of them. It's like you could make your own Christmas newspaper. I just love them. Next one we've got is Snowflakes Are Kisses. Now, obviously, you need to go and have a look on the website and you'll get a closer squiz at those to read all of the sentiments, but they are really, really ace. You've also got The Magic of Christmas. And if you go for this bundle as well, you will also get a Harmony Quick Dry Ink Pad, and it's smoked pearl, don't you know? Which is brilliant. So if you buy that bundle of all 6 together, you save 25% and you get the ink as well. Or of course, you can choose any 2 for £25 or $35. And if you want the folder as well, which I'm feeling like a lot of people might need in their lives for their stamps and their dies that come on index, what do you call them? Ring binder pages. Then you find it on the website, and all you need to search for is Die and Stamp Storage Folder Large. Do you know what, Debbie? It's only 13 minutes past 4 and I've lost the plot. I think I need rescuing. Can you help?
Well, I think it's when you work with me, you see, because you know what I was like? When we were in the kitchen earlier, what did I say to you? I just can't seem to get my words out just a minute. And I think that's what it is, Derek.
It's
You've
my
been
turn.
with me and it's kind of rubbed off a little bit.
Yeah, it's my turn today.
Absolutely. Now, can we talk about these beautiful, I mean, they call them the real meaning of Christmas verses. They're our designer verses. If you are a fan of Crafter's Companion, you will know that we brought some everyday ones out. Well, this is our Christmas take on them. Just take a look for a moment at this beautiful sentiment there, and it is really gorgeous. When I look at a snowflake, you come to mind, because just like a snowflake, you are one of a kind. That's you summed up to a T, Derek. Absolutely beautiful. But these can take centre stage of your cards, or they can be the verses inside your cards. But I'm just going to show you a few of these beautiful samples that our gorgeous design team have done. And I mean, look, these are real statement pieces. You can take them into your different style cards, like your diorama cards, add different things into the background as well. But look how beautiful. These are big, big stamps. And also, Derek, things like home decor, that's on canvas. That's on a canvas that you could hang. And our lovely Mags, bless her, Margaret Edgar, love the woman to bits. She's absolutely so talented, and we're so lucky to have her on our design team. But look how wonderful that looks on a canvas. And then you can keep it really simple and use other things that you have in your Christmas stash. This is one of our stamps that used to, well, I say used to, it has got a die with it, but look how it is when you marry them up together, how fabulous that actually looks. They're just so beautiful, they really are. I mean,
Debbie, can I grab that canvas off you? Because I want to inspect it closer. It's beautiful. I love it.
I knew.
Is there a bit of... Oh, do you know what it looked like from a distance? It looked like a bit of rice paper had been incorporated.
It probably
it has
got
as well,
some
actually,
rice
yeah.
paper. It'll be some gesso on a canvas board and some rice papers, and there'll be lots of different. If you're not, if you don't do mixed media, you could do it, dabble into it using these stamps. I mean, just look how gorgeous that is. You could stamp onto a bit of plain rice paper and then attach it to your canvases, and that's the kind of thing that you can achieve. It's absolutely beautiful.
I love it.
Now, another thing that I would say, Derek, definitely have, I know you mentioned it, but honestly, because they've got the ring binders on, all these stamps are already on there, so you don't have to take them off or anything like that. You can keep them on there and then keep them in your ring binder and have them at the side of your desk. You know exactly where they're going to be as well. So this is a definite must for me. Now, what we're going to make, do you know, Derek, I've put my card down now and I've completely forgot what I did with it. Well, I mean, it could only happen to me, couldn't it? It's all right, Derek. You've just kind of thrown me off my track a little bit. Do you know what? I've probably put it down here in the samples.
It'll appear.
It will appear because I did indeed pop it down with my samples. So this is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to keep it nice and easy. This is a lovely fold back card, and I'll just show you exactly what I did with this. This is and when I say a fold back card, you can do this on any size. This particular size is 5 3/4 square. And I folded in the middle, so it's a half fold back on itself to create that lovely half fold. Bit similar to a Z fold, but without the strip. That's exactly how I would describe it. I've chopped up a couple of little pieces already, because what I'm going to do is have one of these stamps, and I'm going to take it off the Spirit of Christmas. And again, look at some of these sentiments on here. We've got Deck the Halls that you could use for part of your card. You've got Happy New Year on here. Have a wonderful Christmas. Happy Christmas. May your heart be filled with all the joy of the season, and so on. And you can see, look at the size of these. They're absolutely fabulous. I'm going to go in with Christmas is Love with all the trimmings, because Christmas truly is. And like we were saying yesterday, Derek, after this year, I think that's exactly what we're going to be having, isn't it? Absolutely. A Christmas time full of love with all your loved ones in your life.
Well, you don't have to wait for Christmas, by the way, Debbie. There's a lot of love in the comments today. Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Looking extra beautiful today, Debbie. And a very handsome Derek, says Cynthia. That's very, very kind. Michelle on YouTube, she says, I've just received my Real Mini Christmas set yesterday. I was shocked how quickly they arrived. Helen, a very kind comment, bless you, said you've been a wonderful addition to Crafter's Companion. Cynthia reminds us it is bingo in America. Loretta says, love you, Derek and Debbie. You two just make my day.
Oh,
bless you. You're
that is
very,
such
very
a
kind.
lovely thing to say, that is. Now, Derek, I've borrowed a set from the studio, so if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm priming my stamp. So I realised when I was putting the ink on, I could see it wasn't quite sticking to the stamp. This is what can happen. So I'm glad it's done this, actually. So what I've just done is brand new stamp. You only have to do it first off. Oops. Watermark translucent clear. That's not what it would look like. I'll just not show you mine because mine is absolutely filthy. There we go. Stamp on there. Put the lid back on really quickly, and then I've just rubbed that into the stamp, and it's taken off there's like sometimes there can be a bit of residue left onto the stamp, so I'm giving it a good old rub in there. I know some people take a sander and sand it back off. I'm a little bit wary of doing that just because I'm a bit heavy-handed, and I think I'd take some away of that design, so I don't do that. So then I can now go in with my ink. I can see now that the ink is holding on to that stamp so much better. So that's a lovely little top tip there if you've never had to do this before. But sometimes if you're wondering and you think it's your stamps that are at fault, and it's not, it's just that they've got to be primed. But like I said, once it's primed, Eric, that's it. There's no more. You don't have to do anything else to it. Once it's primed for life. So there we go. Just pop that nice bit of pressure all the way around, lift that off, let that drop, and you can see straight away beautiful big crisp sentiment there. Lovely script with the Christmas, and then again with, I mean, just think this is lovely. Do you know there's even a little bit of open space here where you could take your things like your classics and colour it in slightly. Absolutely beautiful.
It's stunning, isn't it?
It really, really is. So that's the first part that I'm going to pop on there, which is the Christmas is Love. And again, look at this. Popping it back on your card, you can see your carrier sheet. It's actually, you know exactly where you're going with it, because you just pop that over the top. And then I'm going to have me Deck the Halls, because that's what I'm going to have inside as well. So again, I know that this is a new set because our lovely Jake got these for me to use because Debbie forgot hers. They're at the side of my craft desk as we speak, because that's where I keep mine, along with my everyday ones as well.
Well, so you can't remember everything, can you?
No, I know. I try and remember everything. I had my little, what I call my second bag chance Sunday, or my second chance, my second chance Sunday bag on that I'd got everything in, but just forgot to pick those up and put those in. Right, so there we go. I've primed that one again, and then again, I'm just bringing in my small piece of white card there, and again, just press that down, hold it down, commit to stamping, lift off, and you have your beautiful Deck the Halls as well. Absolutely perfect. Now, people say, what do you clean your stamps with? I tend not to clean, Derek, dare I admit. I just give it a little dab down with a bit of tissue. That's it, done and dusted. And that's just me. And older people say that they don't clean theirs as well, so I do feel like I'm not alone. But you can use plenty. There's lots of different cleaners out there as well. If you're one that does like to clean it, then you just pop it back on its carrier sheet, close it, fold it, and move it to one side, done and dusted. Absolutely fab.
Those
now,
sheets are so handy as
they
well, aren't they?
really
They're
are,
really
yeah.
good.
Do you know, because storage is sometimes, you know, in craft especially, and I know I'm not alone when I say this, it's nice to have that storage space, and having them in a folder I just think is absolutely fabulous. It really is. Nice, kept away, organised, and of course in crafter's purple too, to boot.
Of course.
Now I've already used some of my, and I say older paper. This was from one of Sarah's signature papers a few years, I say a few years back, about 2 years back I think it was. But what I'm just going to do is, you can use any of your Christmas papers. These stamps are going to work with absolutely anything you have in your stash. Whether you make your own background papers with your stamps, whether you have lots and lots of beautiful Christmas papers that you know you buy, you store, you don't do anything with. And I know, because I am one of those people, but you can use them with absolutely anything. And as you saw with that gorgeous canvas that our Margaret did, that's exactly what you can do as well. Now all I've done with these two is I've matted and layered, so you can see that's my plain one, but a bit of matte and layer just gives it a little pop off. And the same with this, and I've added a few little diamonds on there as well, which I think we had on the show yesterday, Derek, if I remember rightly.
Yes, I think we did.
We
Certainly
did,
in the last
yes.
couple of days, so they'll be around.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the Unky Dory gems, these ones that I've used.
Yeah, they're not real diamonds, by the way.
No,
I mean,
no,
you know.
I wish.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm doing is
Wouldn't it be lovely?
centralising that into the centre of that fold with my fold back, so that I've got it nice and even. There we go. And just pop a little bit of tape on the back. And then again, I'm just going to make sure that when it folds, it covers it up, so nice and neat as well. And again, just bit of tape. Oh, don't you?
No.
I was just thinking,
No,
was that Craig being using it this morning? I've been watching him.
Not again, surely.
And then pop that on, and I'm just going to add it with a couple of little embellishments with my 3D Collal glue.
Of course.
Of course. I've got to have my 3D Collal glue at all
Foam pads
times.
this morning, chunky glue this afternoon.
Yeah, chunky glue all the way for me. So there we go. Pop that on. You can use your foam pads, of course. Joking aside, this is just my chosen glue that I use. And I'm going to pop that on as well. So we've got a couple there. And then lastly, finish that off with a lovely little bow just in the corner that matches all the papers. And there you go. And we've got a beautiful, very quick, easy card again that you can make using those beautiful, large, real meaning of Christmas stamp collection. And if you think how many you're actually getting, I mean, 50 elements all together of big stamps, not little stamps, big statement stamps. It's a great time to get them, it really is. And I can assure you, these are going to be stamps that you use year in and year out, all the time. They're not something that's going to go out of fashion, as I always like to put it, because they're not. They've got that beautiful true meaning of Christmas in whatever they say, or whichever set that it is that you choose to use. So there you go, Derek. Nice and easy. First one done.
That wasn't my anorak zip, by the way. It was the zip on the folder. Now, obviously, folder not included, but I'm going to show you through those stamps again, because I think it's worth you seeing, because on each one, and remember they are all individual stamps, as you can see there. So deck the halls, Happy New Year, have a wonderful Christmas. Lots of people are going for the multi-buy on this, so I think it's worth us just having a little journey through them, because they are absolutely stunning. So that one is called The Spirit of Christmas. So you've got 9 stamps on that one, $14.99 individually or $19.95. But you don't want to do that. You want to go for the multi-buy, don't you? 2 for $25 or $35, or even better, just take the whole collection of 6 and have the ink come along for the ride as well. This is Believe in the Magic. So again, 8 sizable stamps there, and I love the fonts. They're so bold, they're so strong. I mean, that one, for instance, we wish you a Merry Christmas. I mean, like on an average size card, that's going to do a lot of the work for you. Just think of the backgrounds that you can use for these and all the different projects. And I love Margaret's decor idea, because actually we forget decor at Christmas because we use Christmas decorations and the tree and things like that, don't we? Wonderful to have a bit of decor hanging up in a frame as well. Warmest Wishes is this one. So that's another 9 big, massive, massive, massive. Somebody asked as well how the sheets are held on the pages. Well, there's a carrier sheet on the very, very top, and the card itself has a shiny texture, so that holds on to the stamps automatically. So the combination of the two does all the work there for you. So that's Warmest Wishes. And then we've got 9 stamps on Peace and Joy. And again, they are huge stamps, and I love that, I think, because it just gives you lots and lots of flexibility. And actually, when we had these on Craft House, it was, who did we have on, Debbie? I forget now. I'm so bad with it. Was no, I don't. It was it Ellen. Was it Ellen? I honestly, I need to look on my Facebook page. I'm so terrible with names, honestly. I will have a look right now. But I'm going to have a look now because I feel rude. I'll go back and look at my picture in just a moment. Because I put a lovely picture of said lovely lady onto my Facebook page just to thank her for coming onto the Craft House, because it was so good. It was such a lot of fun. And I'm just so sorry I've forgotten your name. But honestly, it's a wonder I remember my own most of the time, to be honest with you. So I'll go through the selection. What I was going to say is the lovely lady who did join us on the Craft House actually used some of the verses on the inside of the card as opposed to the outside. Do you remember, Debbie? I do. And that's just, you just as meritorious to do that completely and utterly if you want to. In fact, it's a really, really good idea. In fact, we got a lot of ideas from it as well. Just trying to look back through my posts now. But as always, nothing will work when you want to.
I remember who it was.
Who was it?
It was our Emma Winters.
Of course it was Emma. I'm so sorry I couldn't remember you. Like, I am so bad with names. I really, really am. Like, if you ask me now, what was the name of the lady who was with us yesterday, I think I would, only because I've heard from her today, lovely Susan. I remember, because it's only the day after. I've only slept once since. I'm so sorry, Emma. It was Emma, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, see? I'm so bad, even seconds later. Here's the magic of Christmas, by the way. And remember, all of these as individual sheets are available on the multi-buy as well. If you do want this folder, by the way, you can. It is on the website. I think it's £17.99 in the UK, which is 10% off. You'll just find it under Die & Stamp Storage Folder Large. If you go for the full set, by the way, it's £68 or $90. So all 6 of the sets. You will also get our quick dry smoked pearl ink as well in that bundle at £68 or $90. Please don't think me rude at all. I'm just incredibly forgetful when it comes, especially when it comes to names. I'm just rubbish. I think that in life everyone should walk around with a badge on with their name on, because then I wouldn't have to say darling so much. Hello, darling. Lovely to see you again. Because darling is a catch-all, isn't it, really? Right, let's show you some window dice that we have right now. Terribly embarrassed, honestly. It's a good job the colour saturation isn't what it was set on earlier. Yeah, we might have to put it back up, Johnny, yet. Right, let's show you our window dies then. So if you love your florals, these are your double-sided window dies. Now, this is a 6-piece collection, and it is super, super, super. You're saving over 20% by going for the bundle here at £105 or $115. And obviously we'll see these in closer detail with Debbie in just a moment. But we have Cherry Blossom. Cherry Blossom! It's why everyone in the world wants to go to Japan, isn't it? To go for the famous Cherry Blossom festivals at the end of, it's the end of March, April time, isn't it? I would love to do that. I'd long to go to Japan, I really do. I've got a fly in the studio as well that's decided to join us, so he may make an appearance from time to time. We've also got lily window, and it's that traditional big blousy lily as well, which is wonderful, really, really beautiful. We've got some more lilies coming in this collection as well. Here are your peonies, sorry. Oh, peony, potato, let's call the whole thing off. Here is your Peony Rose, which is called a peony. Again, big blousy blooms on a peony as well. I have some in my garden, and they don't last long, so it's nice to get them in a card form where you can have them forever. Then your slightly more traditional roses, which again are beautiful. I love the fact, of course, you can make stencils from these as well as they being a double-sided window die as well. Do not forget as well, the double-sided die concept is exclusive to Crafter's Companion. If you ever see anything like it anywhere else in the world, please let us know. We'll call the lawyers. Because we're the only people in the world that can do it. Here is your tulip window die, which is, again, is lovely. I love tulips. And we've got a lot of our viewers joining us, of course, from the Netherlands, the home of the famous Keukenhof Gardens, where you go and see the tulips in, is it April time, something like that. And then, I said there were more lilies coming. This time, ribbit, we've got the water lilies. How beautiful. You very rarely see those represented in stamps or dies, do you really? So it's really nice. Imagine how you could decorate that around the initial design as well, because especially if you're using it as a stencil, you could incorporate things like koi carp in there, couldn't you? And lovely fish and lovely fantasy images. You could have your fairies and your angels sitting on the lily pads. There are loads and loads of different ideas. So £105, $115. It's such an exceptional collection. It really, really is. Now, remember, of course, for your double-sided dies, I know you know this already, but you do need your double-sided plates for your Gemini, of course. So there are the ones for your big Gemini. We've got to get a name for the big Gemini as opposed to the junior, haven't we? So we can always refer to it, because we always say big and then junior and then mini, don't we? So we need a proper name for the original and the beautiful big powerhouse that is the Gemini, the one that proudly sits in my office as well. So there are the plates, the double-sided plates for cutting your dies for the main junior. And here's the junior. If you're thinking, by the way, about purchasing a brand new Gemini, can I just say, and I probably shouldn't say this. Well, okay, I'm going to say don't do it today, but I'm also going to say you can do it today as well. Let me explain what I mean. Tomorrow, and I'm far too much information, TMI going out now, but I think it's already got out in an email actually, so I think I'm all right. Tomorrow is our first anniversary at Crafters TV, and we've got a bit of a thing going on. I'll tell you more about it, like towards the end of the show. I'll give you the full rundown of everything that we can expect tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be a full-on volume 15 and a half day, let me tell you. But we are doing some special bundles on the Gemini machine, the Gemini Junior, all the worldwide ones as well, by the way, so the UK one and the US one. And also, if you want new plates for your Gemini, listen, why don't you just say it, Derek? Go right now. Well, wait until after the show. Or I suppose you could pause us. No, don't do that. You'll miss it. Go after the show. Just go to tomorrow's show on the schedule, which is launch party for tomorrow, and go and see what's happening right there, because I believe one or two of you have had a little shop there already, like you would, definitely. Debbie, I've said far too much. Honestly, you should have stopped me.
I can't stop you when she'll get going, Derek. I can't. I thought I'm just going to let you. She's not watching. She's down in Lake Windermere, so you're all right. You're okay. You're going to get away with it.
Yes.
I promise you, she's not watching. She's having too much fun with her voice, so you'll be all right. You just might have to own up tomorrow if somebody sprags on you. That's all I'm going to say.
That's true.
Right, so let's talk about the double-sided window dies, which are one of my favourites that we've done in the double-sided technology, because we've had quite a few now, Derek. We've brought flowers out. We've brought boxes out, we've brought creator cards, we've brought I'm trying to think of everything else, edibles, then Christmas, and these are just so beautiful. These are our window panel dies, which are absolutely gorgeous. And it's like you said, Derek, as well, it's all about the florals for this one, which is what I love. Now, obviously you can see the price today, that is for the whole collection. Are these available singularly, Johnny? Oh, well, there you go. So yeah. I do know that that's quite a considered price, what we call a considered purchase. But these are, if you think about this, 6 dies. It's actually 12 dies that we can use in multiples of ways as well. So this one is wait a minute, is the lily in there now? I've got my lily up there and I'm thinking, is my lily in there?
Window.
Absolutely. There you go. But if you think about it again, this double-sided technology that is painted by ourselves and nobody else, like Derek said, have you seen it anywhere else? Yep, please let us know, because we will be getting the lawyers onto them, because it is painted by our company. So you won't find double-sided dies anywhere. And this is that beautiful design where you've got one die with 2 different decorative panels to each side. And it's a real nice size die as well. So that's the lily one. This is the tulip. So you can see that beautiful tulip. Now these are crying out, you can see straight away, to be popped onto some acetate so that you have got that beautiful window effect. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. But because they're a panel die, it does mean that you can layer them up with lots of different colours as well. So this is the cherry blossom. I love the cherry blossom. It's actually what I'm going to demonstrate as well. I've got the peony, or as our Derek called it, peony. And do you know what made me laugh, Derek?
Go on.
Can I share with you?
Yeah, go on, please.
Well, obviously I've been a demonstrator for Crafters Companion for a long time, because it's been 4 years, can't get over it. Actually, 4 years that I've been with Crafters Companion. But I used to demonstrate, and I remember we had some flowers out, and I was saying to everybody, yep, these are the gorgeous peony dies. And everyone looked at me. I was like, well, I'm not very floral. Apart from roses, daffodils, trying to think of other things. I love cherry blossom because it's somewhere I've always wanted to go to see them in the real flesh. But this is absolutely beautiful. So the peony, it did make me laugh, because it hurtled me back to those days when I used to call it that.
Do you know what you need to do, Debbie, to up your floral knowledge? All you need to do, Friday night on BBC Two here in the UK, and I know a lot of you watch it stateside as well, there's a man called Monty Don who does a show called Gardener's World, and it gives you all the long, complicated Latin names, but also gives you the everyday names for lots and lots of flowers. I love it. I
might have to just do that. But you do have a gorgeous garden, Derek. Can I just say, a beautiful garden? So there you go. You can see that beautiful as well, that water lily. So again, all of these are beautiful. Oh, actually, these have been used alongside another one of the collection that we've got coming up later on in the show, one of our Debbie Fishable dies, as we like to call them. So you can mix and match them together, and you can use them. Now, I think the easiest way is for me to show you exactly how to use them. So I have used the cherry blossom because this is the most exquisite die ever, and I'm just going to explain to you how this works. If I just pop this out for a second and hold that up there, hold that there. It's all right, Jenny, I'll let you off. You're a one-man band this weekend, so we'll let you off. I've taken a couple of pieces of cardstock. So I've got a lovely glitter cardstock here, and then one of our pastels from the linen card as well. And if you see, this has got one design there, and flip that over, completely different design on the other. And I just think this technology is absolutely fabulous. And this is a big die. This die is just short of 4 inches and just short of 6 inches. So we're talking a real big die, a lot of metal for your money. And if you think about it, space saving wise, you're not having to have 2 separate dies to create this effect. Now, easiest way to show you how you use these is that you're going to sandwich your die in between the 2 pieces of your cardstock. However, Derek, what you must have for your double-sided dies, like I explained yesterday, and our Craig did this morning because I was watching, you need these special double-sided plates. They're super tough. Oh gosh, that were a bit louder than what I expected. They're super, super tough. And this is what you have to have. Now, these are the junior ones that I have. So this is the junior cutting plates, double-sided dies. But we do a larger one as well for the Big Daddy machine, and that's the A4 ones. And the combination that you use this is you're going to sandwich this die that's sandwiched between the 2 pieces of paper in between these 2 plates. However, the slight exception to the rule, and this is only a slight exception, Derek, I'm just going to tilt that for a second, just so I can show you. I'm cutting into some glitter cardstock. So I want something with a bit of oomph. So I'm just going to put in, if I may, my metal shim. And this is only because I'm cutting through glitter cardstock. Now, it may not need it. However, to be on the safe side, I'm just going to pop that on for the time being. And that's the only time you change that sandwich up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, completely.
And then lastly, I'm going to then sandwich those plates in between the 2 cutting plates. And all I'm going to do is hold that. And you can tape them down as well, Derek. But just sandwich that in between and then run that through your Gemini. Now, the Gemini machine is a super cool, super clever machine. And if it doesn't like the pressure and it thinks that that metal shim is too much of an addition, it will spit it back out. However, did you hear anything there?
No.
It can handle it. It's been it's been designed for that purpose. And like I said, the reason I've put mine in is because I'm cutting through that piece of glitter cardstock. Now straight away you can see if I just start removing all the pieces. Let me get my little brush. Give me die brush a good clean. Or should I say well, it is a die brush, isn't it? It's a die brush cleaner. Thank you. I was thinking I've gone mad.
I think we're all going to need one of those, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely. Eventually. Have you got one, Derek?
Not yet. You know, like, there were a lot of things that came yesterday, but
I did see your haul.
I think that'll have to go on the next list. I think I'm not the only one bad with names. Thank you. You're always there to hold me up if I fall down at home in the comments, which I'm loving for that. Thank you very much. Serenity on Facebook says, "Don't worry, Derek. I'm terrible with names too. I don't know what it is. It's always names. I think." Because over the years I've worked in so many different places, and you know, sometimes you look at someone and you think, you're a Lisa.
Yep.
And their name is like Virginia. But you're in your head, you're like, yeah, but you're a Lisa. In my head, you're a Lisa. And then when you see anybody else that roughly looks like that, you think, oh, you're a Lisa as well. and then you think, now, did I think you were a Lisa, or are you actually a Lisa? So I tend to just say to everyone, I shouldn't say this out loud really, I just say, hello darling a lot. Which works all right with the ladies. It does, you know. Like
I don't think it's a quite, you know.
With the fellas, it's a bit more difficult. You have to do in the UK. I have to go a bit Cockney and go, all right, mate.
All right, mate.
That's what you have to do. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Oh, Mary on Facebook has just said, my Christmas cards are blank inside at the moment, so I'm waiting for my Christmas verses, which is really good. She said the sentiments and the fonts are beautiful. Quick question on the real meaning ones, Debbie. I've got One Bon V Will on YouTube. That's a lovely username.
Absolutely, I like that username. Yeah.
Do the real meaning stamps? Do they fit on the 4 1/4 times 5 1/2 A2 size?
Oh, now then. So A2, I've got this here on my mats.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, they should all go in there, shouldn't they?
Absolutely. Every one of those stamps will go on an A2, which means if you're making lots of cards, like batch making Christmas cards with your sentiments, and you're just making the sentiment the focal part with some, you know, like some pretty card, or like that lovely. Where's that lovely one gone again? Let me just bring it back for a second. If you're just going to make them just be this, I just think that is absolutely fabulous. So yes, definitely going to fit onto an A2. So
and that's
I hope that answered that one.
That's one of the biggest as well that we just saw
with
Debbie there, because some of them are sizable, but they'll all go into your A2, which is really, really good. Question from I love this name. Oh no, it's the real name, is it? Sorry, forgive me. On YouTube, people have usernames which could be comedy, and on Facebook, people have their real names. So I'm so sorry, because I saw the name, and there's someone here, and I'm so sorry. I feel so embarrassed now. There's someone called Jenny. So as in Jen, the first name, Jen, and the second name Nee, as in Knee, as in one of those.
What are you like?
And I put the two together. I'm going to regret that for weeks now, lifting my leg that high. I wasn't Italia Conti, let me tell you, which is a dancing school, I believe. I've no idea. It could be anywhere. Jenny, anyway, on Facebook. Let's scoot over that now. Says, can we use the double-sided plates with the regular non-double-sided dies, Debbie? Oh,
do you know what? I've never tried that. So are you meaning instead of... So just a regular die that's got a one cut inside, is that what they're meaning? Do you know, I've never tried it, Derek, because I've only ever used them for my double-sided dies, because that's what they were intended to use, but feel free to have a go. I mean, there's nothing that, you know, there's no damage you can do, apart from if you're going to put every single plate on there that we would normally do. I'd just say give it a go and see what works for you, but they are intended for the double-sided dies, which is what they've been manufactured for, but at the end of the day, I can't tell you what to do. It's you know, it's down to you what you do. But honestly, these have to be used when it comes to double-sided dies. So definitely use them for every single time you do that. But feel free to have a go and then let us know.
And if it all fails, we've got replacement plates for all the Geminis tomorrow on the show with Sarah. Should you have any little disasters like someone you might be looking at in a little box right now had a slight disaster with his embossing plate.
Bless you, Derek. Bless you, Derek.
I confessed. But you know what? That's just rookie error, isn't it? Silly boy. Anyway, enough of that. Let's not go into details. Don't mention it again. Let's see where Debbie's up to and continue making this beautiful lily card.
I have poked all my bits out, Derek. So all my bits are out of both sets of my glitter sheet and the pale one. Now, if you can hear me, just what I'm doing right now is I'm just using our dotty tape pen, but you could take your small tacky glue that's decanted into this lovely ultra fine tip applicator, and you could go around doing those if you wanted to, but I'm quite happy and quite confident that this will stick on the top of my layer.
Can I tell you that there are naughty deals for both said items tomorrow.
Oh,
Stop on about tomorrow,
you've got to
Derek.
stop
It's
about
still
this bit
today.
tomorrow. I was going to say, we're still on Sunday, Derek.
Live for today, Derek. Stop hinting about what might be available to shop the show for our anniversary show tomorrow with Sarah. Just be here.
Bless her. So listen, this is what I'm going to give you a little top tip as well, Derek.
Yeah.
When you're lining these up, use your outer frame as the guide to layering that up. But can you see now you've got that beautiful design all the way through there to create that lovely cherry blossom. And what these will work beautifully on as well is if you pop some acetate onto the back of it, and then you could frame that into the middle of a card, and you've got that beautiful acetate, almost like a glass window effect again. However, what I wanted to make my design stand out, so I'm going to stick that onto some white plain. I mean, look at that.
Oh my
Straight
word.
away on that white, looks absolutely fabulous. So again, I'm going to use my dotty tape pen. So just run it over. What we love about the dotty tape pens and why, hallelujah, oh, they are back in stock. Thank the Lord and everything else.
You're not going to say that word, are you?
What was that?
Well, I thought you were going to say that with your dotty tape pen, you don't get any...
Glue bogies.
Oh, Debbie, honestly.
Well,
it's
you made me
Sunday.
walk into that one, you. But it's true because you don't, Derek. And that's what I love. I adore this. If you look now, there is no glue seeping through or anything like that. But this is super strong glue, Derek, that absolutely is not going to move anywhere. Once you stuck it on. It's not going anywhere. And you get none of that, we'll call them gubbins. Glue gubbins. Does that sound better?
I'm not sure if it does, to be honest, Debbie. But
well, I don't know. I can't think of any other way.
You may as well stick with the bogey.
I can't think of any other thing to call it. So I've just measured this slightly bigger. So what I'm just going to do is trim off that excess with a pair of scissors. But of course, you could use a guillotine if you wanted to use your guillotine just to get that lovely, nice, neat edge. And that's created my lovely panel. Absolutely beautiful. That spring blossom is just divine. And then I'm going to add another little piece underneath. So what I'm going to do is use my normal standard, and I say standard, nothing standard about the super strong adhesive tape pen as well, but I'm just going to add on to the back there to create another little panel using the same cardstock, the same colour tone as the one underneath, and that really brings it out. Oh, I've just noticed I didn't trim that little bit down. Not that I'm a perfectionist or anything like that, Derek, but
Not at all, Debbie.
no. And then and then I am see where I'm going? I'm making myself a box.
Ah, brilliant.
So I've chosen to have a different depth here. So I'm going for, it'll fit the same size, but what I've actually done is just given it a bigger depth for the bottom than I have on there. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to glue up.
And did you make it with the envelope box?
I made this with my
With your scoreboard?
Scoreboard.
Oh, fantastic.
With my Scoremaster, yes.
Because mine only arrived yesterday.
And we've got to get you playing with that one.
Oh, I
I
will.
tell you now, Derek, I can promise you'll be making boxes.
Yeah.
Don't forget you've got that TP card. I'm holding you to a TP
yeah, no,
card.
absolutely. That will be, by the time you and I are back, it's Sunday next week, isn't it?
It is. I've actually got you some Velcro dots so you can have a bit of a Velcro
have
dot
you? Oh,
play
bless
as well. And I've got the measurements all ready for you in case you didn't write them down.
Bless you.
But yes, I'm dying to see what you're going to create. I can't wait.
Tuesday is playtime because I'm here tomorrow. And then Tuesday to Friday is my 3-day window. I should be able to do it within 3 days, I think. If I can't, there's a problem and I shouldn't come back next weekend.
I know, I'm with you next weekend as well. I think
Yes,
you've got
you
me
are.
and Craig again, yeah.
Yes.
So I think I've got, actually, I think I'm on Second Chance Sunday because I'm down at Create and Craft up until, I think I'm going, I'm going, from Saturday, I'm coming straight up here. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and you know what's going to be still happening next weekend, don't you?
What's happening next weekend?
Well, we shouldn't really mention it, should we? We've already talked enough about tomorrow.
Oh dear.
But it's going to be the finale, won't it?
Well, am I doing the last one? Oh, I feel honoured. That's if there's out left, Eric. Can we just say that as if there's
true.
anything left?
Well,
there might be nothing left.
Well, do you know what, Debbie? If there isn't, what we'll do is we'll have a a revised version of the craft house for a Sunday, and we'll both sit on the couch. How about that?
I like that one. And then invite everybody in. I like that idea. That's a fabulous idea.
That'd be good.
Now then, Derek, I've made my box, so you can see with the Centura Pearl. There'll be Centura Pearl on the website as well. But that beautiful cherry blossom double-sided die, you can really create something quite stunning with these. And this, for me, is why I adore the double-sided window dies. These are just glorious. It's that beautiful floral feature throughout all of them. They're just amazing, Derek. I hope. Well, I'm going to tempt you into getting a double-sided die, Derek.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think, because did I tell you that I only discovered I think it was last weekend. I'm not sure if we've spoken about it since, but I spoke to my mum on the phone because it was Dad's birthday about a week or so ago. And I discovered that first, my mum has had a Gemini for like 2 or 3 years. Didn't know that. I knew she was craft mad because I'd seen like 25 pairs of scissors and paper from floor to ceiling, etc., etc. But I didn't know she had a die cutting machine. And of course, it's the Gemini, and she's had it 2 or 3 years. And so she's actually donated a few dies my way. She's like, oh right, okay. I think there might be some double-sided in that little pile that's winging its way to me. Anyway, for now, let's recap that double-sided window die collection. Remember, it's all 6 of these gorgeous florals. If you're going for the bundle, £105, $115. That will get you the cherry blossom window and the lily window that Debbie was just working with there. I say working, it's not working, it's playing. I don't know why I keep saying working, demonstrating. Peony. Peony is a type of rose, by the way, just in case, you know, for those who uninitiated. It's a big rose, basically. Then you have your more traditional kind of tea rose, which is really lovely. Then you've got the tulip window, which is rather beautiful. I can't wait till the tulips come back. I do good tulips in my garden. They all stand in line like perfect little wonderfuls that they are. And then you've got water lily window, and I love that because that I can see the little. There's a little angel with wings. Or do I mean a little pixie sort of thing with wings, isn't there, in some of the dies that we've got that could sit beautifully on that lily pad if you used it as a stencil in nice sort of moody, mystical colours like a purple and black. That would be really nice. £105, $115. You can buy them individually, and you can also buy them as a multi-buy as well. So if the complete collection is a little bit too far a stretch for you right now, $22.99 in the UK each, or $25.95, or take 2 for £40 or $45, which is a rather nice little tempting little offer to go for 1, 2 or all 6. Stamping platform with its magnetic base. Just a quick reminder, it is back in stock. It was out of stock for I can't remember how long. Well, I wasn't here. But it was months and months and months and months and months that people were waiting for this to come back in. This is the only size, remember. So we do 3 sizes of stamping platform, don't we? We do the 4x4, the 6x6, and the 8x8. And it's just the 8x8 that sits within those. I would get this out, but it's got polystyrene in it, so I can't possibly. This is the one that has the little locating feet on the base and comes with the magnetic base and the magnets as well. So if you want that absolute precision, then having an 8x8 stamping platform with the magnetic base is brilliant. Because I've just discovered, I bought the 4x4, I'm going to be honest. I bought did I buy the 6x6? No, I bought the 6x6 magnetic, not magnetic, the stamping platform. And now, of course, I'm trying to do that on top of my glass mat, Debbie. And what have I found? I'm going skating.
I did tell you, did I not say you needed your stamping mat? I did tell you need that stamping mat because it absorbs that pressure as well, gives you that lovely crisp, clean stamping. I thought because you're a little bit phobic of polystyrene.
Massively so.
I thought I'd get mine out and show you.
Thank you, Debbie.
Absolutely. So this is the 8x8 platform. Oh, Debbie would have it upside down. Hang on a minute. So we have got an 8x8 platform base, and you can see in here you've got grooves. So you've got in total 9, wait a minute, Debbie can't add up. Hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 grooves there that hold the feet, which you just so happen to have the matching 8x8 stamping platform that has and can be used with or without, can I just say, and you've got those spring loaded legs which make stamping really, really easy. The wonderful thing about this base, which is why whenever we get it in stock, all I'm going to say is grab it, because it's one of those items that comes in and goes out, because it's got the magnets as well, and it's those magnets that you can hold your cardstock down into place, and it means that when you have got it, so if I just show you for a moment, Derek, I've got a piece of cardstock just on my desk, so let me just lift that up to show you what I mean. You can with confidence hold that down wherever you want to hold it with these magnets, and then you place your stamp onto your base, and remembering that it goes this way, if that makes any sense. Yes. That when you press that down, because you put the legs into the holes, and then you're good to go with that firm grip. And you can be confident your cardstock's not going to move because the magnets are holding it into place. But you can be confident if you're not very good at stamping, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but I know what I'm like when it comes to pressure. I suffer with carpal tunnel. I've told you loads of times before, I struggle with it. So when I'm stamping, sometimes if I don't get that precision stamp the first time, I have to try and start measuring back over again. So for me, the platform has been a lifesaver and a game changer, because I know now that if I haven't got that pressure down that very first time, every time I go back down over it, I'm fine. That's all I can tell you about the stamping platform.
Thank you, darling girl. They are brilliant. And listen, what I thought, Debbie, as well, I'll go back to my confessional now, is because I had, Debbie.
Oh, is that? Your mic gone? Oh, your mic gone? I thought you meant mine. I'm like this. I'm starting to fiddle around with my microphone. I thought perhaps I've dropped it down my top. So I thought perhaps it was me that had gone. However, shall we talk about the cut and emboss folders? I tell you what I'll do, Derek. I'll show a few samples of the cut and emboss, because that's what we're going to be doing next. So I'm going to show you a few of these samples. Now, I love these cut and emboss folders. That embosses and it cuts at the same time, one pass of your machine. Gemini getting the optimum results, that's all I'll say. But they've got that lovely statement on here. So this actually shows you what it can do. So if I just hold that there for a second, you can see now you've got a cut and emboss detail. And look at this one. Michelle's done a gorgeous one here. Done a lovely inky background. What she's done is she's run it through and it brings out this word. So we've got congrats, all that gorgeous embossing detail, and she's used another little piece of the embossing folder on the bottom to add as a lovely stepper card. But honestly, these are fabulous. So you can put behind the back. It's great for shaker cards, great for all your inky backgrounds. You can keep it really, really plain and simple if you want to do that, Derek. That one has just been directly cut through to your cardstock. Lovely bit of pattern card on the back, and then you've got that lovely cutout there. I just think it's fabulous. Added a little bit of ink on there and a couple of butterflies, and you're good to go.
That's wonderful.
And then look at this one. I adore this one, because what's happened here is use the cut and emboss to create on the brown. Use some lovely background paper, however, and you'll not be able to see it so well, but it's lifted off the cardstock because they've been cut out again and then paper pieced back in with some foam pads on the back. So you've got that stud out there. I just think these
awesome,
are
isn't
really
it?
beautiful.
Who did that, Debbie?
That one was done by Jenny, and that's Jenny from one of our US design team members.
Lovely.
But again, look at that gorgeous one with the birthday on there. We've got thanks as well, Derek, and again, you can make them as big or as little. Our lovely Michelle loves a big card, but honestly, these are fabulous. What we're going to be starting with next, and I'll just give you a little tease before I throw you back over to our lovely Derek. This is what we're going to be doing next. I just love this. Absolutely fabulous.
I love it.
Sorry,
I'm back now. I had a slight technical problem. I've talked so many batteries flat over the years. I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to slow down a little bit. Let's just go to your comments as well, which are coming in via YouTube and Facebook as well, via our social team. Thank you for those. Lots of people loving the panel dies that we just did as well. Melissa says, I've just ordered my first Dotty tape pen last week. Can't wait to try it. My 11-year-old would find it highly amusing if I said there were no glue pokies. Noreen's Kitchen on YouTube says, Derek, you're not alone. First time I used my embossing mat, I ruined it. Good thing they sell replacements. Yes, it's a very good thing as well, because actually it was going to be a backup plan for not having a stamping mat. So I was going to double it as a stamping mat for my 6x6, but that's gone. That's gone for a bit now as well. So anyway, listen, you know what they say, do it right first time. These dies would be pretty with acetate behind them to make a shaker card, says Michelle. Carrie says on YouTube, I'm addicted to CC, even though my husband tells me that I have enough paper crafting items. Ridiculous. You need to sit him in front of Crafters TV for a couple of hours, Carrie. That's what you need to do. Honestly, he needs a lesson, doesn't he? Clearly, there's never such a thing as enough paper crafting items. Ridiculous. Not until you are taking up half the street is that enough. Do you know what I mean? Valerie says, I love my stamping platform. So does Shadia as well, especially for my layering stamps. Kathy says, I love this stamping platform and the magnetic base. It helped me so much. And Sarah says, I'm loving these demos, which we'll get back to in just a second. Let me just tell you about the details of this cut and emboss folder collection, saving 25%. So you can see we've slashed through those prices there at the top to give you just £54 or $62. Have you got the picture of all of them, Johnny? Amongst the many other things that you're doing today. Technical operator, director, producer. Listen, the only thing I could do to help was make the tea. I'm useless at everything else, including presenting by the looks of it. Classic, love, home, friend, thanks, birthday, and congrats. All in that bundle, saving 25%, which means that's 6, isn't it? How do you do 6? How do you take 20? What's 25% of 6? That would be like... that would be like really getting 6 for the price of 5, I suppose, wouldn't it? With a 12... Well, listen, while I work all of that out, my brain hurts already just thinking about it, but that's a good little saving, that, isn't it? Back to Debbie, I think, because I think we're safest in Debbie's hands today.
Bless your little heart. Now, the cut and emboss folders. I love embossing folders, Derek. I've gone on record before saying that I own way too many embossing folders, literally, because it's an obsession of mine. I love die cutting, and what better way to mix the two together, embossing and die cutting at the same time. And here presto, this is what the cut and emboss folders are all about. They emboss cardstock and die cut at the same time through one pass of the machine. And again, I just think that in itself is fabulous. So I'm going to show you exactly what a cut and emboss folder is. So I'm going to lay this down here so you can see this. You have on this side here that lovely embossed detail, and you can feel when you run your finger across there. But on this side here, you've got the metal. This is where all your metal is. So you can see every single letter there has got that metal cut edge around it. And literally, we have to point this out, because I'll tell you now, don't think this is daft, but this is true story. I had a woman come in when we were at Chesterfield, when we first brought cutting emboss folders out, and she'd come in and said, it's not cutting anymore. She said, I can't release me things. And she told me what she'd done. She saw all this sponge, but didn't realise it was sponge, thought it was card that we'd left in the cards, and she picked every single bit out, and that's why she couldn't get them out, because that's what it's there for. The sponge literally bounces that cardstock back out there. Does that make sense, Derek?
Yes, I
so
suppose,
I do mention it there. I'll not mention her name, God love her, because she were a regular in our place, but
because you can't get it from the other side, can you?
No, because you can't release it. So with a die, you have a release hole that you can get your pokey tool through, and you can push through or tap to get rid of. But you can't in an embossing folder, because it would ruin the embossing folder details. So that's why we have that in there. Now, this is when you can start colouring. And do you know what? I thought, I'm going to fetch some sparkle pens out. Now, I know they're not on the show. However, I'm going to show you what you can do. Go over to the website. Do you know, I keep pulling things out my bag, Derek.
Yeah.
I keep pulling things out, and I keep hearing things crashing on the floor, and I'll end up, do you know what I found down here, Derek?
The meaning of life?
Well, no, but I noticed that our Craig had some Creator Card dies on earlier.
Yes.
I think he's got a piece missing.
Oh,
of his dress.
That's a scarf for
it's the dress.
It's the belt for the dress, isn't it?
It's the neck.
Oh, yes.
Gosh, it won't fit my neck.
for
But
Be
yeah, it's the neck
Fabulous.
of the dress. I'll keep that there for him and I'll let him know because he'll be travelling down to Peterborough right now.
He will.
Now, I'm just bringing in my craft mat for this particular one because it gets a little bit messy and I can clean my craft mat up better than I can clean my table up. So I'm just going to bring in my sparkle pens because I love this and I wanted a bit of sparkle for this. My original one that I did. Oh, Debbie, I can't even get my top off. Hang on a minute. Ooh.
On the pen, yes.
Oh, on my pen. Oh, yes, I should have pointed that bit out, shouldn't I, before I'm saying that out loud. Actually, just give me a second. There we go.
You done it.
So I'm just popping down. I'm going bright as well, Derek. Some of my
Do they come with the
colours.
combinations? You have to put a little pin code in before they'll open.
Oh dear, I must have stuck it down a little bit heavier than what I thought at first. So I'm going to have a little bit of red on there as well. Oh no, it's not my red, it's my orange, Debbie. It's your orange, girl. Come on, get your colours right. You can see I'm not being really too careful on how I'm popping this down either. And then I'm going to go in with my red. Let's go in with some red.
Are they brushed? They're brush tips, Debbie, are
These
they?
are brush, yes. So we've got inks. We do a selection of inks in a pot, which
Yeah.
means you get 4 times more ink in the pot than you do in a pen.
Yeah.
These can be used for colouring. So you could use your inks
Yeah.
and save your brushes for your colouring if you wanted to do so.
Yeah.
Now, at the moment, it's looking really bright, isn't it, Derek? I've probably gone a little bit too bright, but hey-ho, I'm feeling in a lovely bright mood. And then I just want to grab a little bit of water. So just give me a second while I go and grab some water. Should have thought about these things before I started.
So that already has sparkle in it as well.
It has
Oh.
sparkle, yep, it's got lots of sparkle in there. I'm just going to grab a brush.
There's so many people buying things today and topping up their stash. Sunday's a good stash top-up day, isn't it? Lots of people doing it. We've got Jennifer, who's just ordered the Gilding wax set the other day. Oh, well done, because there's only a couple of colours left at the moment in stock. We're a bit worried at the moment. Can't wait to use it with my embossing plates. Diane on YouTube, she's just ordered the envelope maker. She can't wait for that to come. She needs to make envelopes for her hunky-dory Christmas cards. A question from Melissa Ann for you, Debbie.
Okie dokie.
She says, I'm currently using all my mum's old pens and inks, but I'm planning on gradually buying all new for myself. Which types of pens and inks would you suggest to begin with?
Ooh, pens. Well, pens definitely would be my tri-blends. And we've now got tri-blend brush pens, which I probably would be tempted to go in with them first, Derek, if I were in all honesty.
Yes,
I would
yeah.
definitely, because you've got your colour families all in one pen, you've got that 3-in-1 pen blend. So I would definitely go for some tri-blends, whether it be the regular or whether it be the new ones, but be warned, the new ones are selling incredibly fast. Not sure how long they're going to last for.
Well, and on top of that as well, Debbie, I mean, rumour has it, will you stop dragging these things out of me, Debbie? Honestly. There's a bit of a rumour that Sarah has them on her show tomorrow. Don't forget we're changing show times tomorrow as well, because I don't want people getting up for 3 a.m. on the West Coast and thinking, hang on a minute, where are they? Where are they? Where are they? I've stayed up all night, or I've got up especially early. Remember, from tomorrow we change times for the early show of the day. So 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in the UK, 8 a.m. on the East Coast, 5 a.m. on the West Coast. So please, I don't want to be responsible for anyone having to do important life admin things because you have to wait around an extra couple of hours for us to appear for our first show. So that is from tomorrow, where we are celebrating, of course, our 1-year anniversary as Crafters TV. I didn't realise, Debbie, it'd been a year.
I can't believe it's been a year, Derek. I'm trying to think, because I keep thinking, no, we've been doing TV a while now. We've been doing it a long time, but Crafters TV is completely different. I can't believe it's been an absolute year of such good fun. And I mean real good fun, getting to know everybody, and everybody's become like a family. It just literally is that lovely family community feel that you get when it comes to crafting. But I can't believe it's been a year, Derek. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Where's
isn't
that
it?
year gone?
I know. And to think a year ago, it would have been, this isn't my mobile phone, by the way, I'd never bring it to the studio. Well, I do actually, because I have to connect to this via it, but that's another. But it started off, Crafters TV started off like this. Stay where you are for a second. It started off with whoever was behind the counter, and Johnny Well, Sarah, yes, just Sarah, wouldn't it? And Johnny would be on his iPhone filming, and so close up of Sarah, close up of the product, close up of Sarah, and we'd go backwards and forwards like that. That's how Crafters TV started. And look at us now, we've got cameras and everything, Debbie.
I know, and a gorgeous craft room to craft into our heart's content and bring all these wonderful shows to you and share our love and passion, our inspiration, and now inspiration from you guys as well with Craft House. I just think it's absolutely fab. Right, Derek, so I'm just going to tell you what I've done. So here I've popped down my sparkle, I put my colours on, I added a little bit of water because I wanted to move it around a little bit, and so that's my water on there, and then I actually just splashed some water and lifted that back off because our sparkle pens, like our sparkle inks, are a water-based product. That means I can lift that a little bit more, and it gives it what I call a faux bleaching technique, and I just think that looks really lovely. Almost looks like the salt technique as well when you're getting really close. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So I love a bit of brightness in my life. Now, when you think about how you cut it in, because this is like a pattern cardstock, if you were thinking like this, you want the metal to cut through there. So you sandwich that with it face up, sandwich it in between and position it in between your folder, so you've got it a nice straight angle, not like Debbie's got it at the moment on a joint, or as I say, on the wonk. There you go. So you can see now I've got that in there, and you can already see how it's going to look when this comes out. Now for cut and emboss folder, I use 3 plates. Now, not that it's controversy or anything like that, because normally you would just use your 2 cutting plates. But I had that little bit, what I called earlier, the bit of oomph that I'm popping in there, because I want it to give it a really nice, crisp embossed detail, as well as cutting out too. So if you were cutting out onto like glitter cardstock, which has got that extra like a coating over there, you've got cardstock, you've got glitter, then you've got a plastic coating over the top, that would definitely be the combination that I would use for this. But because I just want that little bit extra, and do you know something else, Derek? Look at that. Not only is it cut out beautifully, but can I tell you, don't be throwing any of these away, because you've got all those that you can then use for something else when you pop them all together and they're all in there.
Do I get the whole word back?
Oh, you get the whole word back. It's like a twofer. So I've got my birthday that I can reuse as well. So I'm just going to pop that to one side. Yeah. And when I told you about that lovely card that one of our design team members did, that's what she actually did. And then she just lifted it off with foam pads. You can either use little foam pads or I would be using, guess what?
Chunky glue, sorry.
Exactly, I'd be using some chunky glue.
Craig asked me that kind of question this morning. I had to quickly come up with the answer. Now I'm confused.
That's why I said it, because I was watching.
I think, will he be as on the ball this afternoon? I was a second or 2 behind, but I got there.
Bless you. Now, I'm taking some gilding wax because I've got all this beautiful detail. Now, you could do this with, do you know what? You could actually get one of your ink pads and run over the top, or I could go back in and colour the extra detail with my sparkle pens. But I'm just going to give it a little bit of a lift with our gilding wax. And this is our Pebbio gilding wax. The one I'm using here is Empire Gold. I'm not sure what we've got on the website, so go and check that out.
I'm not sure if Empire is still around, actually. I think we've got,
King Gold?
From what I remember, King Gold
Antique.
And Renaissance.
Oh, do you know what?
Have a look on the... We've got Antique, Renaissance. That's all we've got, Johnny, now. We're down to the 2 colours now.
Don't
Antique
worry
and Renaissance.
though, honestly, any one of them are going to work beautifully. And all it does is just gives it a slight lift over there. Can you see? It's like lifted it off slightly. Yeah. And it just emphasises that embossing just that little bit more, which is what I was going for, Derek. That was the look I was going for. So, I'll clean that in a minute because I've just realised. Oh no, it's coming now, fine. I think my mat's a little bit wetter than I thought it was. Now, I'm just going to bring in a card base. So I've got my card base. Now, you can see I've actually chosen some colours rather than going on with a sparkle, which I could do to have a pure sparkle one. I've just chosen some colours from the Water Harmony ink pads. That one is Lemon Tonic and that one is the Chinese Red, and that's what I've just chosen to go around the edge there. I've taken some black matte cardstock because I'm going to give myself a little bit of a matte, so I'm going to use this just to pop on the back. So I'm going to use my all-purpose glue. Gives me a bit of wiggle time to get through there as well. But what it's also going to do by having that black, because I've gone for really bright colours here, Derek, what it's going to do is going to make my word pop even more. Gosh. Can you see just how beautifully that pops?
Stunning.
It really is gorgeous. Now, do you know what? I think I'm going to lift it off. I am. I'm going to pop some of my favourite glue in the whole wide world. My beloved chunky glue, or should I say my 3D Kalal glue, decanted into my syringe, which means then I can get that precision, now what's the word? Blobs? Is that the right word?
Elevations.
Elevations, yes, that's better. That's the word I'm looking for. But when you see this now, it's almost got that 3D feel to it. Do you know what these would be perfect for? Shaker cards. Yeah. Add some acetate behind the back, put your foam pad just over the back of the word and fill it up with lots of gems and give it a good shake. Absolutely crying out to be used like that. And then I've just stamped a little happy stamp. A little happy stamp from one of my collections, just to give it that happy birthday feel. But even the birthday bit on its own, I had a few gems on there, and you know, I have a love-hate relationship. I don't know why I do with this all the time. Do you know we have favourites? That's because Craig can flip these off. I've never seen a man move his fingers as fast and flicking them off the back like he does. And there's me struggle away, and I do struggle away. I struggle to my heart. It's these silly nails. I love my nails, but they're so silly when you're trying to get backs off a foam pad. I've misplaced my bow, Derek. I've misplaced my bow, so I'll just bring in the one that I did earlier. There you go. Just by adding my bow, because I don't know what I've done with it. I did say I were clunking things in the background, but even there you can see the two difference between, depending on the inks that you do. And I did colour back in those balloons, but that's what you could do. These are fabulous. I love a good cut and emboss folder. I'll bring that in close so you can see there now. Look at that gorgeous sparkle there in the background. Just beautiful. I love these. And don't forget, all that waste you can reuse as well. Keep it. Bag it up, keep it.
Definitely. You know the font that happy is in on your card there, Debbie, as well? It's kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of, do you know the Australian soap opera Home and Away, the original? It's sort of very similar to that, isn't it? And Craig this morning, just to let you into a secret, before we actually went onto the air, it's fine because he's in the car at the moment. He can't possibly be hearing this. He will, I just know he will, one way or the other. But he was singing, he knows all the words to the theme tune to the Australian soap opera, which we get here in the UK as well, still 100 years later, called Home and Away, if you've ever seen it. And Craig knows all the words off by heart and was really going for it this morning. Yeah, it was amazing. I should have got the video. I insted it, shouldn't I?
You should.
I should do it next time. I will. Next time I will, because it was better than the song that he put into our heads first thing this morning. He likes to put an earworm song into our head, and it's a really naff one first thing in the morning. It's always a really naff one that stays in your head all day long. Anyway. Sorry, I just made myself laugh there. Sally just said to me, Derek, was your mum excited when you got employed by Crafter's Companion? I would have been over the moon giving my son a long list of things I would like. I don't think it's quite I don't quite sure if the penny's dropped yet as to, she hasn't yet worked out, well, she worked out that I'm here, obviously, but I don't think she's sort of correlated the two as to, oh, you can get me some stuff, can't you? You've got the inside scoop at Crafter's Companion. Yeah, well, listen, I'm building up my own stash at the moment. Never mind my mother. Mother, you'll have to wait. Anyway, Cindy on YouTube says, I'm currently working on wedding cards using the Garden of Love Crafter's Companion set. Melissa says, thank you, Debbie, for the information on the pens. They're going on my shopping list. You know, Melissa was borrowing her mum's bits and pieces at the moment. She's replacing all with brand new for herself. She said, could she ask you about inks as well? Just very, very quickly.
Absolutely.
Could she ask about inks as well?
Absolutely. So it depends on what kind of effect you want, but I started my collection with my with our water reactive ink pads. So I can get those lovely distressed looks that I do, and I could create that birthday card I've just created in the background there. You can create that with your inks. So you could do exactly the same effect, take your lemon tonic through the middle and then your orange and your reds. I would set off with the water reactive Harmony ink pads. Wait a minute. Harmony water reactive ink pads, that's the right way around, and then build up. But that's where I would start, because there's lots and lots of things you can do with them. Because they're water reactive, there's a lot of things that you can do with them. So that's personally what I would start with as well when it comes to inks. And I will get myself a couple of finesse ink pads as well. So choose one of the colours out of the 4 that we have in the waterproof, one of the 4 colours that's in the alcohol proof for your alcohol colouring with your tri-blends, and then also the watermark one for all your clear embossing techniques and that kind of thing as well. So that's where I'll be starting with.
And I will supplement that answer by just saying that we had a rather tasty little bundle of 13 water reactive Harmony ink pads this morning on the show with Craig that were really nicely curated into colour families as well. And it was a lovely little deal that as well. So it might be worth you going and having a little look of that, because that deal will stay on the website, I think, for a couple of days. So go and shop the show from this morning's, what was it this morning? Masterclass. I always get the name of the show sometimes because I just love them, whatever they are. I don't care what the show's called, I just love it. So thank you, Melissa, for that. Any other questions you've got for Debbie, please ask along the way. If you want to find Debbie on Facebook as well, please do, because she's approaching some number milestones in terms of followers as well. So let's add to that as well. So if you don't yet follow Debbie Robinson as well, I will get you her details here, because she's Debbie with a Y, not an IE. She's a very special Debbie with a Y. There she is, Debbie Robinson. So you'll find her on Facebook, and she is Debbie Robinson, Debbie with a Y, Robinson, Crafter's Companion, and she's Debbie Robinson CC on the old Instagram Down with the Kids, which is brilliant. So make sure you go and follow Debbie right now if you don't already. Debbie, I think of you every time I use chunky glue, says Carol Coe. Carol was on Craft House a few weeks ago, wasn't she? It was wonderful. What a brilliant show that was. Rosalind says, beautiful card, Debbie, and Sarah Sarah, should I say, on Mickelson. Sarah, I'm not quite sure, but it's spelt Sarah. It could be Sarah, who knows? Says, Debbie, I learned so much watching you. Thank you and Derek for informative shows. Listen, I don't do informative. I don't think you'll find anything I say informative, apart from how amazing our talented designers are. Creative Touches on YouTube says, hello Derek and Debbie, I received my Spectrum Noir sparkle pens. Did you say they can be used with water? Yes, we did. Absolutely, yes, you can. Right, let's move on because we've got more to do. We're going over the edge now. Over the edge and far away. Set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 incredible over the edge dies, and you are saving over a third of the price. So it's like when you buy, and you'll get a closer look at these in a wee while, by the way. So when you buy Feline Friends and Paw Prints with the little doggy on that, the doggy's in the bath. How cute with that, with bubbles coming up. I love it. Sorry. You've also got Magical Wishes with your little unicorn there. And then you've got the little fairy, which is May Your Day Sparkle. They're the only ones you're paying for. So those four, they're the only ones that you're paying for. So £46, $66. That would be great for those four. But coming along for the ride, for free, are these two, which are Birthday Balloons and Birds and Balloons. Is it? Did I read that right? Birds and Bloom. So, well, balloon and bloom are very similar when you see them written down, aren't they? But they're very different. So you've got a little bear carrying a cake there with balloons, and then you've got a watering can with little birdies on it, and that's with flowers in blue. Shall I just show you some samples and shut up? That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Okay, there's a multiply on these as well, by the way. 2 for £20 or $30. So there is the May Your Day Sparkle. Then this is the one with the little birthday balloons. Now, is that a cat or a dog or a bear? It's a bear with a balloon, isn't it? It's a bear with a birthday cake. Sorry, honestly, I think I need a new prescription, I think. This is the Bird and Bloom. You see how I made the mistake now, because it's very similar, that word, to balloon. And then you've got this one, which is Magical Wishes, which is the one with the unicorn. And I know our Debbie's got some more samples as well. You've got the little paw print. Paw prints is so cute. Look at the little doggy in the bath. How cute. How cute. Mind you, I've never tried to bath a dog, so I'm sure that's not as quite a happy experience as that portrays. See, I have cats, you see. They just, they don't need bathing. I can't imagine trying to bath a cat at all. I can't imagine it being very willing, to be honest with you. My two would, yeah, that's never going to work out right. Yeah, I would come off very worse off from that experience, I think. Anyway, you've got some more samples, Debbie, over there, haven't you?
Well, I have, because these are special, Derek. So these are called that over the edge characters. Not only the cute And so we actually ticked quite a few boxes. I'm moving my counter, please excuse me. Start moving forward. I thought, what's happening? I felt like I had a glass of wine. We're like, woo, where am I going? I'll be under your side of the room, Derek. But yeah, these are special because they're over the edge. But there's something a little bit different about these because these are over the edge in different ways. So I've just got 3 examples that I want to show you how this works. So these have got that over the edge ability that cuts over. So it's like an edgeable die, this, Derek.
Yeah.
So you've got that stamp and then you've got that edge. So this is going over the top of there. Now we also have the die that cuts down the side on the right hand side, and then we also have the die that enables us to cut out as well on the left hand side, which I just think is absolutely fabulous. So these are really special, this collection, and the reason I fetched those 3 is to show you how these work. So I'll bring in fact, shall we do this overhead, Johnny? I think this might be better to do this overhead. Let me just bring in a piece of cardstock for a second. So what you have here, Derek, is you have a set of stamps. So this one is that beautiful little birdie one, and its proper title, I can never remember.
Bird and Blue.
Bird and Blue. Thank you. I always want to call it a little birdie because those 2 little cheap birds on there, the watering can. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And then a lovely, and I do think these are fun because look at this, little play on words. Happy birthday to you. I think that's so sweet. And again, that lovely image there that you can use. But the set of dies, and yours won't come like this, but mine I've wrote on so that Debbie can remember which is the left-hand side, which is the right-hand side, and which is the top die, just because I get a little bit confused sometimes. So I've wrote it down there for me to explain. And there also is a very informative booklet that is in there without the red liner tape on there, but it does explain exactly how to do it for the right hand edge of the card. So it shows you and step-by-step instruction. On the other page, it tells you how to do it for the left hand side. Clever addition, this one with the left hand side. And then how to do it going across the top. So you're not left alone. You've got a lovely little instruction booklet in each of the sets, and you get the stamps and the dies in each one of those sets. Now this is what we're going to make. So we're going to make this beautiful gift box, and I love a gorgeous, I love decorating boxes. I've got a thing about making boxes and gift bags and things like this, because I think sometimes that finishing touch to a gift or a prezi, by presenting it in something that you've handmade, I just think is really something quite special. Right, so, do you know, Johnny had a really good idea there. Derek, you missed, did you hear what he said?
I did, yeah.
Stick an Easter egg or put a few Easter eggs in there, little Easter egg hunt. How fabulous would that be? That's exactly how you could use this. Now I'm going to give you the measurements, so you can obviously watch this show back. However, I'll give you some measurements that you've got. So if you want to write them down, grab yourself a piece of pen and paper right now, because it simply is, again, a bit similar to my light box yesterday where you cut 4 panels out. But what you're going to do is you're going to use, and I use white stamping card, I could talk about this all the time, but I use it to make absolutely everything from my card blanks to my different shape blanks. Honestly, I use it for everything. If anybody came to the Craftaganza last year, they'll know, because we did a one-on-one masterclass about it all. But all this is 9 inches by 6.5 inches. So 9 inches across, 6.5 inches. Now I've taken some score lines. So if you use your scoring board, and I'll just bring in the smaller one to show you, you're going to score this at 1/2 inch. This is on your landscape way, 1/2 inch. And then 4 3/4 inch, and then you turn it on the bottom panel and you're going to score 1/2 inch going down, and that creates, give it a nice burnish, so it creates your panel for one side of the box. And I say cut it 4 times, it isn't 4 times, Debbie, it's twice, because this is creating 2 pieces for your edged card to go on. So you only need to do 2, hence why I've got 2 here. And I've actually just taken a little pair of scissors and I've just snipped out my little corner end ready. I actually cut that one, then realised I hadn't done my die cut. So you don't have to do that until you've got this bit done. Now this is when your die comes into effect, and I'm using the over the top, because that's exactly how this is. Now what I've done is I've taken a little pencil mark to give myself an indication. It's up to you where you want to put it, depending on how deep you want the box to be. You could have it higher up if you wanted, or you could have it lower down, and I'm just placing that on just into the middle there. And if you wanted to, you could actually just draw a line going across and then rub that out afterwards. Now I'm just going to hold this down into place for a second, Derek, with a couple of pieces of tape, because I don't want my die to move. So I'm just going to tape down both pieces there. And then I'm going to run that through my Gemini. So let's run that through, and I'm going to bring in now my cutting plates. I'm going to bring in, this is a thin metal die, so the combination is your plastic shim and your magnetic shim, and then your other cutting plates. So I'm going to run that through, and then I'm taking that through my Gemini, my large Gemini. I love what I use the large Gemini practically all the time, and then just have my Gemini junior plates to make everything go through much quicker. Right, so that goes through, and then you're just going to lift the tape off, and then you will repeat that again on the other side. So let me just grab tape, lift up, let's take that off, there we go, and then same with the other side, lift off and take your tape off, there we go, carefully and not like Debbie normally does. And then when you take that off, you have created, and you'll be able to see it now, I've got my little flap with the top part of the edge. Can you see that there, Debbie?
Oh yes,
absolutely. So you just repeat that again, and then you're going to repeat that onto the other side and run that through again. And then when you take it out, you're going to take some scissors or a craft knife and a ruler and just cut along this edge to that first cutting point, this edge to that cutting point, this edge to that cutting point. There, does that make sense, Derek?
Yes, it does.
Absolutely. And then what it creates is, it creates your panel. Let me just move those to one side for a second, and Debbie, remember to put your die back before you end up losing it. But that's what that creates. So it creates the two panels of the box, and then you would repeat that again with your second piece. Now I've already stamped one side, but I'm going to show you how to do and line that stamp up. So I'm going to bring back in my stamping mats.
It's like you disappeared down a tunnel there. It sounded like you just wandered off.
Did it?
Yeah. It all went very, very quiet.
Now, depending on what you're going to colour this in with, and now this is a good one. When we were talking about that, I can't remember that name of that lovely lady's name that asked about the what she needed. If you're colouring in with the alcohol-proof pens, you need, alcohol pens, you need an alcohol-proof dye ink pad, which is the finesse one. Little clear picture on the front telling you there's an alcohol pen there. But if you were colouring in, Debbie, what did I say about putting it the right way round? Or what am I like? Just pop that onto there. But you just stamp that all up, again, all the way around. And then you literally go over, and you literally just take that into that edge and then stamp down so that you create that perfect stamp. And this is why I would always use it this way. But now you can see, and I don't know if you can see, oh, perfect. You've got your two stamped images over there. Now, if you were wanting to colour in with your sparkle pens or something like that, that is when you would bring in your finesse waterproof dye, because you know you're going to get non-smearing and non-smudging. And then it's a case of colouring in. Now, I could spend the rest of the afternoon colouring all of this in, Johnny and Derek, but I don't think we would have enough time.
We've got quite a bit to do in that half an hour, Debbie, I have to say, plus some big gossip, of course, which I need some time to tell you all as well. It's like you just read Kathy's mind as well, by the way, because you just asked what the difference was between waterproof and the alcohol ink pads and which pen you use with both. In fact, actually, you just covered that in your answers just then. It was Melissa you helped out with the pens and
Thank
the
you,
inks.
Melissa.
Yeah, so she's very, very happy and thankful. Loads and loads of you commenting as well. Lots of you loving the tips from Debbie. And loving this project as well. So I'll go through one or two of those while you're colouring away there, Debbie, as well. Michelle has learned how to bathe the cat, apparently, so they feel secure. I know. I tell you are a world of knowledge, you guys out there. I love it. Apparently, what she does so that the cat feels secure is that she puts a towel down in the bottom of the sink so they don't slide about, because she's bathed cats before, but it was always with the cat trying to escape the bathtub. I wouldn't even, honestly, my cat's in water, even if I've just like washed my hands at the sink and whatever, if there's a cat anywhere nearby, they're like, oh, that might come near me, I'll be off. The cats and water, see, mine are sisters, so they're fine, so they kind of give each other a bath, I think. Seems to be the general thing. Because I have as well, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but you know, I'm enjoying watching Debbie colouring, which would be far more attractive than my hairy arms. But because I've got hairy arms, Bobble sometimes tries to give me a bath as well because I think she thinks I'm a cat as well.
Little sausage.
I don't mind. I mean, I do tell her I don't really need a bath. I'm fine, thank you very much. But she insists sometimes. Kathy's definitely going to get the over the edge. She's absolutely... Oh, look at that.
Well, I had to cheat a little bit because I thought if I have to colour 4 panels in it on Crafters TV Live, I think it would take a long time. But there you go. That is how you create that, Derek. So sorry, I've interrupted you there and I do apologise.
No, you carry on.
I'm so sorry. I realise I'm thinking, Debbie, you rude person.
Debbie, that stopped the traffic and it was just so dazzling. We all had to have a look. I love it.
I'm dropping things again, Derek. I've dropped my ink pad. I'm going back down into that tunnel.
Derek, she's off again.
I am. There we go. Now, a simple thing that I'm just going to show you, and I'll hold them there so you can see them. Once you've released them, stamped them and coloured them, and you've got all this is what I talked about yesterday, having this neatness when you're cutting a box or when you're putting your box together. So that's why I've taken my smaller scissors and literally just snipped up all those little panels. And then what you're going to do is this small panel here is what you're going to put to this straight edge one, and you pop that together. So I'm just going to bring in my tape.
So you make them a line of 4 first.
Absolutely. So again, I'm just going to pop that together. And that means I've got my 4 panels now connected, all connected together. And then what you do is, and this is our best way to explain, take your tape pen and pop that onto that end. And then have it where it's folded so that you get that lovely neat flush. Does that make sense, Derek?
Yes, it does.
That when you pop it together, you've got that perfect, lovely line going all the way through. And then I've got all these panels here that will now fit onto the bottom of my panel here, which is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square, which is what that technically ends up being. So let's just pop some glue around all 4 parts. There we go. And then I'm just going to stick on the bottom, and I'm just going to hold this up for a second. Derek, have you got any more comments you can be reading out while I'm doing this little tricky bit?
Well, yeah, always. There's so many people who are saying, you know what, I'm getting these over the edge. Either people haven't seen them for a long time, or maybe weren't around when they... Have they been around a while, these, Debbie?
Not that long, Derek. No, not that long. No.
It's nice to find some new surprises, though. And they're so cute, these, aren't they, with their little animals and whatever. That one that Debbie's using for the box there is called Bird in Bloom. But you've got little dogs and little cats and all sorts in the collection, whether you're buying the whole collection, which is really, really good because it's like 6 for the price of 4, or you go for an individual, or you go for the multi-buy. Ooh, what's that? What's that, Debbie?
What's this? Oh, my bone folder. Oh, sorry, Derek. It gives me shape.
You what?
So it started off straight. It's called a bone folder.
Oh.
And it's giving me a bit of shape to my handle. I mean, you could cheat and do it over a counter, but look how brilliant and quick that does.
Oh.
And that was just a strip of paper. Strip of cardstock, depending on the size of the handle that you want. Now, this one measures, well, it's actually an A4 strip, and it's cut 1 inch deep. Sorry, there we go, Derek. Sorry, Johnny. Sorry. It's an A4 sheet, and it's just 1 inch deep, and then I've just added some papers onto the edge there. And to create my little the ends to hold onto the box, I've actually put some red liner tape, and I'm going to go behind this larger bird here. So all I'm going to do is take that down, and it doesn't really matter how far you go down, but I'm going to go where my paper starts. Let's just get that in the right place, Debbie. Oh, that'll do, Derek. And then again, I'm just going to do the same the other side. I'm going to take my red liner tape off. Again, you could use glues, your choice of glue, and however you want to use that, but I'm just going to bring that lower down. Let's just pop that behind there. And then we've got our lovely handle on our box, and then it's a case of just popping a few little strips around the edge to match the handle, pop some little tissue paper in there and a little sentiment on there, and there you go. That's exactly how you put that together. So that one, again, straightforward, and if you want to learn how to do that, all you need to do is watch the show back where I give you those instructions on how to make that lovely box.
That's
box.
Brilliant, isn't it? I love that. It's really such a good idea. And you can use that same kind of concept, I guess, with your edgeables as well, couldn't you? Doing
Absolutely.
That four-sided concept. There's another show I'm going to have to come back to. Oh dear. Our social media team, by the way, our social superstars that send me the messages through from Facebook and YouTube must just think to themselves, what the heck is he talking about? Because Elizabeth sent a message through which started, and be very sure to close the bathroom door. If the wet cat escapes, it will flee through the house. Our social media team must think, hang on a second, are they still crafting in there, or have they disappeared into another world or something? I love it. Valerie says, my cat hates baths, and so do my dogs as well. Michelle's loving the box over the edge idea. It's really, really good, isn't it? I mean, that's probably given lots of people idea for their edgeables as well. Diane loving the box. Debbie and Susan on Facebook saying you could add ribbon in place of paper strips. Yes, of course, because you could go around with your tape. Now we've got that secret. Go around with your tape pen, and that's how you can get your ribbon looking like no one else can when they try and secure ribbon to the outside of card, because you've got the inside track from Crafter's Companion. Anyway, where were we? So you got the details for the whole bundle there, £46, $66. Of course, you can buy them individually and a multi-buy as well. It's all on Shop the Show. You are shopping away nicely there. We also have, here's a little recap of all of the bestsellers, just in case you joined us late or you're just thinking, what else was on the show without me having to go back to the start and watch it all over again. We have got our Real Meaning of Christmas stamp collection. They are sorry, start with the window dies, Derek. Looking at the wrong screen. It's the window dies first. The 6-piece collection of the window dies there, which is really, really good. Over a 20% saving there for you. Nice collection of gorgeous florals. Cherry blossom lily, peony, rose tulip, and the water lily as well. £105, $111. They are available individually as well at $22.99 or $25.95. Or you can do a multi-buy, 2 for $40 or $45. Then we moved on to the Real Meaning of Christmas, which is lovely. These are massive stamps. When I say massive stamps, they're massive headline statement stamps. They still go into your A2 absolutely fine and dandy. £68 for the complete bundle there, of course, which also comes with your Harmony Quick Dry Smoked Pearl ink, which is really good, saving over 25% on that bundle, which is really, really cool. You can buy them individually at $14.99 or $19.95 in dollars, or multi-buy 2 for £25 or $35. Amen. And then we have got your 8x8 stamping platform with the magnetic base as well. An absolute must-have. If you want to, first of all, if you're using your layering stamps, you know how valuable this is going to be to make sure that every layer goes into exactly the same place. But for accuracy as well, for any of your stamping, if you do, and I hate this phrase to be honest, but if you do have any kind of manual dexterity problems, if you struggle with your hands in any kind of way, arthritis, joints, or whatever it may be, I talked to you about my mum, who only has full use of one arm. This is brilliant because that's that almost extra pair of hands, because it's holding everything securely in place as well. £22, $26.50. It's only recently back in stock, and already masses have gone back out again. Then we had, we have still to come. Stay tuned, everyone, because we have our border and word edgeable dies. And now with what we've just seen on Over the Edge and the box concept, we could think about taking these edgeables into the same kind of concept, couldn't we? These are wonderful. You've got Happy Birthday, Happy Birthday. We've got Thinking of You. I love that. Who sung that? Happy Birthday. Yes, they did. Correct for 10 points, Debbie Robinson. She was straight in on the buzzer there. Altered Images. Sorry, we didn't have Debbie's mic up, did we? Altered Images. And what was the name of the lead singer of Altered Images? Claire Grogan, who was also in the film?
Gregory's Girl.
Gregory's Girl. Amazing. You have won another show with me, Debbie. Well done. Congratulations. And second prize is 2 shows with me. Right, so Happy Birthday, Thinking of You, congratulations. There's another song. That's more of a Joe department, because that's the Eurovision department, isn't it? Best. Which year?
Cliff Richard, 1960. Ooh, I want to say 9, but I could be wrong.
2.
Oh!
And he came.
Second.
He did?
Yes.
Yeah, so it wasn't that many congratulations at all, was it? Sorry, Johnny, we'll get on with this eventually. I'm nearly through there. Best wishes, thank you. With love, Hello, that was a song as well, wasn't it? By Lionel Richie, I do believe. And Good Luck. Good luck trying to keep track of one of these shows when I'm on it. I tell you what, I love it being here. I have no idea. What are we doing? Nativity? Oh yeah, now Nativity. I got very confused when Johnny said to me while Debbie was doing the last demo. Right, it's the Nativity. Now the last time I did Nature's Garden Nativity, it was the me, Debbie, wasn't it? Was it yesterday? I told you I've slept since then. We haven't got the bundle on the show, but we've got the individual. I don't know if I'm showing you the right thing there or not, Johnny, to be honest with you. Is that this is Come Let Us Adore Him. Is that right? Sorry. I might be out of order to your order. Did you? What details have you got? Come Let Us Adore Him, which is a stamp and die set. This show's going so well, I think, don't you? It really is. It's a superb one. This might be a BAFTA nomination, this show. £4.99, $6.99. Next up will be Peace on Earth, Johnny. Peace on Earth. There you go. Oh, and it's a herald angel that has the trumpet. You know, we were talking about yesterday. Somebody sent me a lovely message telling me it's a herald angel that has a bugle, trumpet, whatever it was. I didn't get to what the instrument was, to be honest. Anyway, that's $4.99 or $6.99. Then we've got, you keeping up, Johnny, Christmas Angel. This is a cut and emboss folder this time. I think we demonstrated this on Craft House yesterday. I think so, but I've slept since then. £12.99. $16.99. Yes, that's the one where you did the acetate stained glass window, wasn't it? Thank you for reminding me, Johnny. You remember everything. I love it. Next up is A King is Born, Johnny. Sorry, if you keep thinking, why is he saying Johnny? Johnny is our producer, director, tech op, just general, only other person in around bar me and Debbie right now. Oh, Jake's here, isn't he? Our product coordinator, but he's busy on Tuesday's work right now. £12.99, $16.99. Then we have Joy. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. There it is. Wonderful, wonderful die. Which is, it's a big one there. Oh yeah, that's the one that needs redoing. It needs refoiling, that one, Debbie, doesn't it? Because you pulled a bit off, didn't you?
I did.
So there is Joy. We're playing Debbie. It could have been anyone. £12.99, $16.99. Next up is Holy Night, Johnny. Holy Night is next. This is so streamlined, isn't it? That's beautiful. That's a massive, big statement as well. You did a demonstration with that one as well, didn't you, Debbie, yesterday? The Holy Night. Did you? I can't remember.
No, I never got to that one. I showed you lots of finished samples.
Oh, that's
that one.
right.
Yeah.
Susan did an Oh Holy Night,
She
didn't
did
she?
indeed.
She
it was
did.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Next up, Three Kings. We three kings of Orient are... And I still didn't look up the names of the three kings. Balthazar, something. I can't remember. It'll sound wrong if I try and guess. £9.99, $12.99 for that die. And then we have the embossing folder, which is Star of Wonder. I'm going to stop
help yourself,
there.
can you?
Going to stop there. There is the Star of Wonder, which is lovely. Oh, have you looked it up, Johnny? How have you got enough hands to be able to look that up? Go on, try and say it to me. Balthazar, Belchior, and Melchior, and Casper. Oh, were there four?
Casper?
Were there four? Oh, Casper, Balthazar, and Melchior, we think. Lovely. And there was a baby involved somewhere. We really should do our homework, shouldn't we? Anyway, as I said, we are going now to the Border and Word Edgeables collection. And as I've said through the whole of this show, and there's only 12 minutes left of it, you're safer in Debbie's hands today. Don't trust anything I say.
Now, these dies are particularly one of my absolute all-time favourites. I love an edgeable. Here up at Crafters Companion, we are well known for a couple of things. Well, we're known for a lot of things. Creator card and edgeables are our two main staples, and where we try and design things around these. And these are ultra special because they're designed by one of our gorgeous demonstrators, our beautiful Debbie Fisher, who I believe will be up very soon here back in the Craft House soon. These were designed, so it came from the idea of Deb's, and she went to the product development team, pitched her idea to Leanne, a bit like Dragon's Den, that weren't it? Pitched her idea to Leanne and the team, and they came up with these beautiful dies, and these really are fabulous. Now, an edgeable for me is one of the most versatile dies that you can use, and these are absolutely sensational, and I love every single one of them. And there are sentiment ones, so they've got a sentiment on there, and that is sometimes, Derek, all you need to say. Now I'm going to show you some black and white concept cards, what our lovely Marie, one of our design team ladies, made for us, to show you just exactly how you can use these. So you've got that beautiful curved feel to this die, and then that sentiment in the corner. And let's not forget, once they're cut out, Derek, as well, you've got a bit of a twofer going off, because you've got all the words that you can use.
Oh, yeah.
And you can do them into lots of different things. Now, this is one of Sarah's absolute favourites, which is a Z-fold card. The one that our lovely Susan did yesterday, she actually popped it on the top and then had things dangling off the bottom, and that looked absolutely fabulous. So that's exactly what you could do with this. You can keep them as panels just straight onto the edge there. You can use it as going down the, down the side, get that the right way around. Happy birthday. You could have that both ways actually, and have a little bit of acetate hanging through the back, and then you've got a lovely floating card. Again, lots and lots of different ways that you can use them. I'm just going to show you just a few. Oh, one of my favourites. I love that, how it meets in the middle, and it gives you that lovely decorative gatefold card. But these are just some of the ways that you can use them. Oh, talking of the acetate, there it is. It's pop that little bit, you've got that little bit floating off the edge, taking it into your trifold cards again. You can see, I wish I'd have done that in black and had black behind there, so you can see that a little bit better. One that I'm going to show you in a moment is this one. I love doing this. It's that fold back concept card with those sentiments. Let me just move the black and whites out of the way for a moment, Derek, because what I'm going to show you is just a few what they look like when you start to add all your things that you have in your stash, whether it be stamps, whether it be papers, whether it be toppers, whatever it is that you want to use. You're going to be able to use these in stepper cards, add other things from your collection, one of the butterflies there. You can take it into easel cards, and look how gorgeous that looks on the easel card. A beautiful gatefold one there, and very simple, bit of paper in the background, and then some gorgeous flowers on the front. Again, you can, oh, I love this one. Absolutely love this one. Again, keeping it connected into the card just by adding that detail. Put some acetate behind the back and you've got something really beautiful. So that's just a few examples, and I say a few because for me, edgeables are the ultimate versatile die across diagonal, bottom, Z-folds, trifolds, all sorts of ways that you can use them. And that's why whenever I'm looking, when I'm spending my pennies, because I know sometimes we're on a budget, I know, I'm on a budget too, Derek's on a budget, we have to watch what we're doing. I look at a die, what can it do? Can it do more than one thing? Tick. Then I'm having it, because if it can give me versatility, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So talking of which, let's show you. I'm going to use Thank You for this one. Now, a very simple design, a lovely, beautiful metal die that's got, every single one has got a different beautiful decoration. This one is the lovely floral decoration that goes underneath there. Now, I've taken a fold back. It's very similar to what I first started with, Derek. It's almost like, felt like a bit of coming home there, do you know? Started and I'm finishing towards the end. A little bit of like closure, but it is, again, it's a 5 3/4 inch square, and I folded that back to create this. And this is when I'm just going to use this die very simply. I'm going to pop it onto the edge of that card there. So I'm going to take that down, so I'm going to lift that out because I don't want it to cut through both pieces, and I'm going to hold it down with some low tack tape and hold that into place and run that through my Gemini machine. And now combination, again, let me just move my die packaging out of the way, Derek, because I get a bit messy. I saw our Craig earlier, pristine and clean. I don't know how he does it, because whenever I get in my craft room, it's a complete and utter chaotic or disorganised chaos, I call it. Or should I say organised chaos, not disorganised chaos. Organised chaos, that's where I'm going with. But I saw Craig this morning, I'm thinking, look how neat he crafts. Do you know when you watch it, and I'm watching you on big telly as well, Derek, and I thought, do you know, he's such a neat crafter.
And he always starts with an almost empty desk.
He does.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just the Gemini sat there, and I'm looking at the beginning of the show thinking, oh gosh, are you, I mean, I know he always will be, but that empty shot, you kind of think, how ready are you, Craig? And literally, I can go back to him 20 seconds later and he's ready to make a card. I'm like, how on earth?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
He's amazing. I love watching him. I just think he's fabulous. He's like the same when he's down at Create and Craft. If you've watched me on Create and Craft, it's that organised chaos. I have everything out on the counter.
I love it.
I'm literally, but our Craig, super clean, super tidy, super talented and super lovely. Is like, I always say, he's like me. I said brother from another mother, but I'm actually old enough to be his mother. But I don't tell him that. I just tell him I'm his brother from another mother. Wait a minute. I missed it. Wait, he's my brother from another mother. I'm giving myself a little bit of a change there, I was.
Yeah, I think you are.
But now, can you see how gorgeous that is, Derek? Let me just hold that in my hand there, my lovely inky fingers there. But that beautiful decorative feature going down the side of this card. And I'm going to actually repeat that now, Derek, but this time I'm taking it up to the top. So my thank you is going to be up at the top. And I'm going to repeat that on the base of that bottom card, cutting down into that card and holding that in place again with the tape too. And then I'm going to run that through. If I may, Derek, I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
Let's get this one finished, start to finish.
All right.
And make this one literally as we go. Crafting on the hoof, I call it.
Of course.
Absolutely. Let's keep that there because that real meaning of Christmas. Look at that canvas that our Margaret did. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Might have to come home with me that one. Absolutely not. No, I'll make my own. I'll make my own canvas is what I'll do. I tried that once with our lovely Jan. Our Jan made this amazing canvas in Chesterfield when we worked at Chesterfield store. Oh my God, it's just absolutely beautiful. And I tried to, it's about, you see the size of it, it's about this big, Derek.
Oh,
this
really?
big, huge canvas. And I tried to smuggle it out under top. As you do, under top, trying to get it out. And she went, you do know you can make your own? I'm like, yeah, but not as talented as you, my lovely.
Oh.
And talking of which, she's going to be back soon. She's coming back in September, yeah. She's on holiday at the moment, or should I say, probably washing and unpacking as we speak.
There's loads of people I've still to meet.
Yes,
I'm
Jan,
really looking forward to it because I haven't met Debbie Fisher yet because I missed her when she was in last week or the week before. I haven't met Fiona yet.
Yeah, they're all coming.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, Fiona's up here soon. She's got some shows planned on Crafters TV. Our lovely Debbie's back up in a couple of weeks. Have you met Bernie yet?
Yes, I've met Bernie, but not on screen. We haven't worked together yet, but yeah, I've met Bernie, yes.
Yep, so big
She's
Bernie
lovely
as well. She is lovely. And and our Jan will be back in September, beginning of September, she's back. Right, so there we go. We've got now, look at that, Derek, look how gorgeous that looks.
Great, isn't it?
That fold back, but that beautiful design on each side. And then all you're going to do is quite simply, is add some papers onto there. And I've chosen some papers that are just quite nice and, they just hold that back, keep that, they just make it pop that little bit. This is craft card with some white stamping card. I tell you, I do use white stamping card ever such a lot. It's just something I'd love. And honestly, if I start to run out, if I get like about a quarter of a sheet, I start panicking. Quarter of a pack, I start to panic, thinking I've got to have some.
Debbie, can I just give you like 20 seconds just to help Elizabeth out?
Yes.
She says, I have the hardest time lining up edgeable successfully. Have you got any tips for me?
So have you got low tack tape? Is what I'm going to say. Some low tack tape. Let me just bring our low tack tape in so I can show you. Our low tack tape is on a roll. It's on a dispenser. But holding it into place. Now it depends on the effect that you want to go with. Let me just clear my die for a second. So just by holding it into place, so on that fold back, I just placed it. And I tell you what I tend to do, I measure. So I know that this die is just 6 inches, okay? Well, I said just 6 inches, just short of 6 inches. So I measure my cards usually around it, which is why that's 5 3/4, and it fits on there perfectly. But when I hold it down, I place low tack tape down, and all I do is, when I think about how, because it's got that lovely curvature, I think about this, where this is gonna finish. You know, when I fold it over. And the same with this side. I wish I'd got a piece of cardstock now that's same, just to show you again. But if I just put that back over, I took that up literally to the edge of the card, so that I know when it's released, it creates that beautiful curvature, and held down into place isn't going to move. And that's probably the best top tip I can give you.
Perfect.
I hope that's okay.
Now, how long have we got, Johnny?
Oh, fabulous.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
well, let me just put my little bits together. So I'm going to pop this panel just on the inside.
It's just that I've got a lot of gossip to
I know
to
you
tell
have.
about
I
as
know
well
you
before
have,
the
and I
end of the show.
apologise. I'm
No,
eating
you
into
go
your
for it,
gossip
Deborah.
time. So I've taken a little strip just to give that a nice little finish as well. So I'll pop that onto there, and then literally all I'm going to do, Derek, I'm going to pop on here. I've used double-sided dies. We're talking about what we first started with.
Yeah.
These were the flowers. So these are the double-sided. What's happened to me glue? What's happened to me chunky glue?
Oh no.
I've seemed to have dried. Oh, I don't know how I've dried it. Mind you, I do. It's boiling in this studio today. Well, I told you earlier, Derek, I needed a fan because I was so hot. So incredibly hot. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop behind there a little leaf, a little petal. And there you go. We've got ourselves a lovely edgeable card there. Beautiful decorative edge on both sides. If I bring in the one that I made earlier, if I may, the addition that I've just added is on each of the middle of the petals. I've popped a little gem on each side and just finished that off just there, and I'll hold that into place so you can see it. And that's exactly how you can create your own Debbie Fisher edibles. Absolutely stunning. Every single one covers every single occasion, from congratulations to baby to thank you to everything. And I want to say thank you to you, Derek. I've had a fabulous time. I did have one more demo planned, but we've just run out of time. I've had a fabulous time and I can't wait. I'm back again on Tuesday. So I'll leave you to give all the gossip. I'm here on Tuesday.
So you're back here on Crafters TV on Tuesday?
I'm here on launch party. Super excited, I really am. Yes, can't wait. So I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yes, and then I will see you next weekend as well, because we've got lots of shows next weekend as well, which I'm really looking forward to, which is fantastic. And I'll bring the TP card in for next weekend to show you as well the finish. So, gossip. I can tell you as much as I know right now is that first of all I need to remind you that tomorrow, as in Monday, our first show of the day is not 3 a.m. on the West Coast, is not 6 a.m. on the East Coast, is not 11 a.m. in the UK. We're schedule changing tomorrow. So just please remember, because I really don't want anybody to set that alarm too early and be up and then sitting there saying, where are they? Is that it? No more Crafters TV? No. All we're doing is we're shifting that early show to give you a bit more sleep, to be honest with you, because you are hardcore, but we realise that we've been getting you up at the crack of dawn for a long time. So what we're going to do is give you that lie-in from tomorrow. So it will be 1 o'clock here in the UK for the first show, 8 a.m. on the East Coast, 5 a.m. on the West Coast. I know it's still quite early on the West Coast, isn't it? But listen, I know you love us and we love you, and you'll be here, especially tomorrow, because we are going to start a week-long celebration of 1 year of Crafters TV, and we are celebrating that anniversary, as lots of you have spotted already in various ways. Let me tell you, Johnny gave me an update earlier as to how much shopping has been going on from tomorrow's shows already today, but that's fine and dandy, because tomorrow we start our week-long celebrations of our first anniversary. So of course we're changing the hours for that, but you know, that's just a time change thing. What else is happening? Tell me some more gossip. Well, if you go on to our website, what I want you to look out for on certain areas and certain places is a little golden gift, because that little golden gift is unlocking lots and lots of special deals. I have told you too much already, quite frankly. Oh, did I say that we were giving away some product as well? Yes. Well, we're doing that in two ways. First of all, we're taking £250,000 worth of product. I don't think I'd ever be able to hold £250,000 worth of product. But during that next week, we are going to be giving away to the value of £250,000 worth of product. £250,000 given away. And guess who's getting it? You. You, of course. You get the goodies. And not just that, because every single show and every single day we're going to have different themes going on, and there are going to be other things to give away. You might want to have a look on our Facebook and Instagram to find out more, I think, for the gossip. I think that I'm going to stop there. All I'm going to tell you is that be here, 1 o'clock in the UK, 8 a.m. on the East Coast, 5 a.m. on the West Coast. Guess who's going to be kicking off our anniversary special tomorrow? Yeah, absolutely. Sarah will be with me the whole of Monday for launch party for our early show, and also for Monday makers as well. Thank you for your company. Thank you to Debbie and Craig and everyone, especially Johnny as well. If I had a cap, I would take it off because he has been a superstar over this weekend as well, doing absolutely everything. If he needed more pairs of arms than you could ever wish for. Listen, from all of us here at CCHQ, don't forget brand new times tomorrow. Lots of love. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you tomorrow for something special.